Hello everybody, welcome back to another day of experimenting with teams in the new patch. Alright, so yesterday or no, it was 2 days ago, I didn't stream yesterday. Last stream, I teased what my plan was today a little bit. My plan is to try out Sparks. Now nothing actually changed with Sparks, but Amphatyr got a new trait. And a little bit of stat buffs, I think, to its stamina and special attack, I want to say. Like, this, it's actually kind of crazy to see Amphatyr having 60 base stamina now, when it used to have such low stamina. So one of the big things with Amphatyr prior to this patch is it was very easily ignorable, because every single one ran relaxed. And unless you were able to double it or one-shot it to kill, you really wouldn't want to attack it, because it would just passively heal all the damage off. And it wasn't like an offensive presence. It had lower special attack than this even, which is not high. And the only thing it did was kind of like provide evasion for itself and maybe exhaust with intimidation and plague. So it was very ignorable. But now it's scaling its damage, its special attack, if you leave it alone, if you run settling. So I want to see how viable it is if you're comboing it with Sparks to buff your ally, while Amphatyr also passively gains special attack. Because I think like Sparks as a move right now in general isn't fantastic, because it's only one stage of special attack, even though it's high prio and provides invigorized. It's basically a 25% boost, and in this meta, typically attacking twice with both, or attacking with each Tem is going to give more damage than Sparks would. But I want to try it, so we're going to. One of the other main Tems I want to run on here is going to be Nature Chromion, because you get Cinder Typer bonus with Amphatyr. Nature Torrent is actually a really solid turn 1 nature move now, compared to what it used to be. I didn't even know it got allergic spread now. I mean, I think this is what I'm going to run. Hologram's still a really good option for Chromion, but Binary is such high value, you want a turn 1 digital move. You could drop Resin Trap. Maybe it's worth doing that, because Nature Torrent is just so strong now. I'm not sure. Hello, Senpai, welcome. That is a tough choice. I think we're just going to run with this for now, and then I can figure it out later. And because there's a Chromion, I think I want a second Sparks user. It's up here. I think having like a Digi aggro like secondary option is also really solid. So I'll throw Gazuma, and then I'm gonna have Munko as well. Why is Meditation the default trait? I wonder how many people play through their matches with Munko without changing the trait, not knowing that they don't have a trait. Alright. So, I mean, this is a pretty solid core, I think. Stopping by a couple days ago. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I try and stop by everyone's streams when I've got time. Just most of the time I'm like in the middle of class or being busy socially. But yeah, for sure. As for the rest of the core, I know I want Tortonite on here. I think Tortonite's one of the better Sparks receivers, especially after the bulk buff it got. I'm not running Confined, so Tortonite getting a bulk buff is actually really nice. But the Confined Tort builds got hit really hard with that, so rip Tort fans. I think it still has a spot on Sparks teams, though, because Rotten Goose synergy into like an insane special attack stat. Like, people don't respect Tortonite's special attack. It's like base 89 or something absolutely nuts. And then that also helps our type chart, helps having a crystal type to deal with opposing digicores is nice. Deals with opposing electrics, waters, pretty much everything I'd want to. I think I want a fire type as well. I was thinking Drakash. I haven't experimented too much with Drakash yet. I know I tried it on one of the teams this week. But it got like Dust Vortex, which is pretty cool. So between Dust Vortex and Sandstorm, like after one turn you can cycle your earth moves and it's solid. You don't have to run Drakash and a Hellfire Core anymore. You can just run it Fiery Soul, Fire Tornado. It's pretty solid. It does give me a somewhat of a water weakness, but the other four kind of deal with water as well. So I'm hoping that they'll be enough. I'm not sure what I want to round out the rest of the team with, though. Because I don't want to add another Digi weak, which means I can't add another Digi, Mental, or Melee. Maybe a Toxic is another Toxic. I mean, Acronox is an option. But I'm not particularly interested in adding one of those. I could add a Wind, Special Wind. I'm not sure. Maybe a Water. Maybe I should add a Water. Special Water that's not weak to Electric. I think we're kind of limited in options there. All the Quaishas are physical attackers, so I can't use them special attack. Not that it has to be a special attacker, but it's really nice to be able to Sparks anything on the board with these two. If I would potentially want to. I could run 2Kai. 2Kai's fun, but then my electric weakness just kind of goes woo, way up. I think we'll try it though, just because it's something a bit different. 2Kai doesn't see a lot of use. The only buff it got this last patch was Turbine for physical sets, but this attack stat is awful. I was gonna see what Auhi's physical attack set is because I think it's higher. I just want to use that for comparison. It is higher. And Auhi's physical attack stat is pretty bad. Like if its physical attack stat was better, people would always run Auhi just because its trade is good and it has two of the strongest turn 1 options that it could ever want. But the fact of the matter that attack is so low, it's not KOing things. And 2Kai has it even worse. So, as fun as physical 2Kai was, but back with Hydrologist Nox Bomb, I just don't think it's good. I don't think it's good anymore. Now, something I could try also is Refreshing Breeze. I forgot it got this until I was scrolling down to look at Turbine. But Refreshing Breeze also got changed. So, non-synergy Refreshing Breeze removes all positive status effect or status conditions or status conditions. I thought it was going to be kind of like Misogi, where it would wipe all status. So if you were facing a stall team and then you use Refreshing Breeze, it would wipe all their positive stats, and then you hit them with a -2 special defense. That's not nearly as good. I think we'll still give it a try, though, just because I can say I tried it, at least. We're running Windburst Tornado. Aqua Bullet Hell's pretty solid, and getting Sharp Rain off isn't always going to be a great option. Having a secondary priority option is also kind of nice, just because 2Kai does die fairly easily with his weakness or type chart. So we're just going to try it. And also something really interesting. So with Spreader, your single target moves only do 80% damage. But after a single Sparks, 25% boosts, that actually makes him do 100% damage. So after 2Kai gets Sparks to once, it's dealing 100% damage to both Tems. So that's also another thing that Sparks is good for. So we'll try it out. I do not want another electric week though. I just think that would be a bit rough. Maybe a Momo, just to kind of keep things safe. Momo's a nice Sparks receiver. It's a bit bulky. Hits hard with Res Badge. Knockback got buffed. But I use Momo on my stall team, but I don't think I actually used it on the stream yet. So we're good. We can do that. The only thing is it doesn't really have a turn 1. I'm not going to use Refresh. I think I'm going to use Bark. Because almost the same reasoning as Refreshing Breeze. Hello, Maliro. Welcome. Yeah, because Bark is just like, if Momo was to die to priority, it could just use this instead. Lower special defense and be a good support. Also, if it's facing like a mental, and let's say I've got like Tortonite out, and I can get the bark off before then. It can probably kill it with the sea spikes, which is nice. Also, it's like, why is it? Oh, it is 21 stamina. I thought it was like 11, something like roar levels of stamina. Like that's way too much value, but 21's actually reasonable. Can't argue much. I'm gonna throw gears on the Thames next, just because that could determine my stamina, breakpoints, and such. Mako gets Sensei Robe. I feel like that's always just what you want to run. I've seen arguments for a stamina item, which, potentially you could do, but since I'm running Sparks that offers some stamina sustain, I think I'm good. Tornite doesn't have a good item. Typically on offensive Tort, I run Marbles because its offensive typing is kind of crazy. It's not walled by a whole lot. I guess it's completely walled by the Earth type, so maybe it's not that good, but we'll try it some, for sure. Gazuma, I'm leaning towards... Where is it? Refreshing Debolo. Just because it gets ignored a lot, and being able to provide some amount of healing and stamina supports just for doing nothing is always good. Drakash, I'll probably just have Fire Chip for now. Iron Coating is also an option, but it's guaranteed almost to get a fire move off. Earth moves, not so much. Plus, it still gets value for Fire Tornado. Tukai. I actually really like Tukma Mask, because it helps it win the Toxic matchup a lot better. But, I mean, Hand Fan is definitely a strong option as well. I'm going to try Tukma Mask, though. If we don't run into enough Toxics, I'll probably swap it back just for the increased damage. But stuff like Nidrasil, Garunder are both really popular, and I think this would help it quite a bit in those matchups. Mashuk, even. Not with Nutbar getting nerfed and Momo being the only neutral on my team, I think Res Badge is going to be its best item. Just get more damage. Chromion. Maybe I should put marbles on the Chromion. That might be better. Just remove it. Because Chromion forces a lot of swaps. It's very strong. I don't know what to put on the torch. Oh, let's just throw a reactive vial. I don't know why I didn't think of that at first. Tornite's defensive type chart's pretty rough, but reactive vial helps that significantly. And now Amphatyr, another support item. Like I could give it Whip. Whip is a nice morale boosting whip is a good option for supports now, but the thing is I'm still providing my own stamina sustain with Spark, so I think I'm going to go with Sweatband. Just so it can stay on the board even longer. I can always change these later, but that's what we're going to go with. We're going to try just hitting 61 stam on Amphatyr. How much would it be for 81? We're going to go 61 for now. Maybe I can get away with... It would be nice to have Triple Plague as an option, so let me see how much stamina that is. Because with New Sweatband, it's a lot easier to calc. You're always getting +5 stamina rather than having kind of weird breakpoints every 5. So let's see. Triple Plague is 93 stamina. Minus 20 is 73. That's not as bad. 62 is still within what I consider to be reasonable range. We do want Plague. I'll have Bright Beam just to create space for me if I need it. The question that I'm really wondering is, do I want Tesla Prison or Thunderstrike? Because Amphatyr is still primarily a support, and being able to offer speed control is super valuable. But if I want it to be somewhat of an offensive threat, T-Strike would be better because it's actually more than 50% stronger with BP wise. But it's less stamina sustain and stuff. We'll go with Tesla Prison for now. If it feels underwhelming, I'll swap it back. Because I mean, even if Amphatyr gets hit, that's still almost like wasted turns by my opponent, because it can just provide the spark support to its ally. I'm going to wait to invest the rest of the TVs, because I'm going to want Amphatyr and Gazuma to be faster than my fastest Tem with priority here. Chromion, I think, is 265 for the speed. I'm going to sack the Chromion Mirror matchup just to save some TVs. 165 helps it so that at +1 it'll outspeed opposing like Oshiara's or max speed Oshiara's. And also if it's -1, so once again Tesla prison value. Stamina, we're going to go 3-turn rotation, which is 25, 28, 25, 68. Optimal, but it's what we got. Now, I don't know Chromion's bulk super well. Let me see. Is it pulled up? It is, okay. Do some this might be a bit of a longer team building session. I think that this sort of team has potential this patch, and so I would like to optimize it quite a bit. Malero, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I have no idea what converting a sub does. I'm assuming it does something, because it sends a message in chat. Hey, Kip, thank you as well. I guess you guys picked up on, I changed the goal so that now it's... I actually realized you guys have been so awesome with all the subs. We're actually super close to the final sub point goal that I can even reach as an affiliate. So I figured if we do that, I can max out on my emote slots and order another batch of them sometime. Maybe I'll just make a massive batch of emotes for you guys. And then I guess the next goal after that would be to hit partnership. There's a Twitch partner so I can get even more. But we'll just have to see. Distracting me. Thank you so much. Let's just see Nature Chromion. See how much I take from a Pyro Fiery Soul. Fiery Soul, Pyro, 500. Alright, I live that naturally. Cool. Hedge and Microwaves. Or no. Calking a Monko Microwaves doesn't really matter, because I should outspeed Monkos. Because this speed break point outspeeds max speed Monko, which is kind of nice. You've been really sick the last couple days. That's rough. I hope you get better soon. What am I cooking? We're making a Sparks team. This is what the team looks like so far. I'm just trying to calc some... this is what the team looks like so far. I'm just trying to calc some breakpoints. Max special attack, synergy microwaves. That still doesn't kill. Okay, so Chromion lives quite a bit of stuff on base. Let me hit it with something on its physical side where it's weaker defensively. Kind of physical threats. It's basically physical digis and physical fires. There aren't a lot of fires outside of Tolkien in the meta. I guess a Hazrat Lava Wave. I don't think we'll see nearly as many Hazrats, but I don't think it's going to completely disappear. Ooh, okay. I don't think that's going to be even possible to calc to live for. Reasonably. You know, we're just going to go full glass cannon on the Chromion for now. Pyroquetzer or Quaish. I think Hazrat was a good one to test. I just don't think we're going to be able to live anything like that. We live the Tolkien matchup, which is one of the important ones, so should be good. It's kind of funny how this spread exactly works out. That's really nice. Next we'll go Monko. So like I said, Monko, even with max speed, only reaches 260. That doesn't reach the 265 breakpoint. It really doesn't reach anything that you'd want it to. It's really kind of unfortunate. So what instead I'm going to do is I'm going to have it outspeed Hedgen at that speed. Or I think I was going to go like 310, which outspeeds Hedgen, Saipat, and speed creeping Oshiaras. Which would be... I'm just going to go X out of there again. 248 invest, or its speed value. I should probably calculate stamina now. Yeah, right. I never outspeed Hedgen without the speed boost, but I'm assuming like if I get a Tesla Prison or if I get Fast Charge, since Fast Charge is an option on this team. I like Plasma Beam on my Monkos, just because burn support's really nice, especially when your whole team's squishy. It can help you live a lot of stuff you'd never expect to. And then I'd choose Token as my priority option over Hook, just because it's cheaper stamina. $74 stamina for 3 soul shots is kind of rough. Monko's also got really good natural bulk. I'm not even going to bother kelking anything with it, because either we outspeed or we don't. I think I kelked before. You can live like a cold geyser from a Gario or something. I don't think you can live a T-Strike from a Monko, but I'll check real quick. I don't know. I'm not sure how many times you're going to get T-Striked by a Nesla anyways when you can use Aquatic Whirlwind. But you did live it on base, so that's awesome. Plasma Beam from Mence is something. I think just the Nesla T-Strike is good. Nesla's one of the most popular electrics. Fortnite. I could put more thought into this spread, but my thought is always just reach 200, which outspeeds Golzi Oshidashi, which is a good break point. I don't have any mentals for Deluge. That's kind of sad, actually. We'll go with Toxic Gas for a spread move. Crystal Dust for stamina conservation. I never know. Okay, calcing efficient is still awful, so I'm just gonna not. Yeah, that's like I could go into it, but essentially, we'll figure that out. Kind of trial by fire. If each of these spikes is 22 stamina, because of the, we'll even consider 23. That's 61 still allows you a 3-turn rotation, so that's kind of all I care to hit. I could calc something for Tortonite to live, but with these defensive stats, I'm pretty sure it can live just about any one hit, especially with this invest. Drakash. We're going to have 273 breakpoint, outspeed Nesla Waterblade, just in case I'm ever on a board where they're together. And that would be bad. We'll hit 72 stamina for the 3-turn rotation. And once again, we'll just kind of max special attack. Like, Drakash is going to die to, like, any amount of water damage. Except maybe a Water Blade from Calibus, but I'm pretty sure it lives at a base because it's got really solid special defense. Physical side, it can live like one uppercut. It's not going to live an Oshi. So, I think we'll just go with this. Sentinels is like the better trait. Heat Discharge would actually get 0 value if you Fiery Soul before you die, and the thing that kills you is what you burned. But there's plenty of sleep this patch, especially with something like Gallios around. So it's just nice to have as an option. Lucky Saipat's on a break from the meta. Like even if I had max speed in this thing, it just doesn't reach what I want it to. So it's like 294 max speed feels bad. Because I don't think that outspeeds max speed Hazrat or Inky. I know it doesn't outspeed Inky. Inky's 297. Tukai, yeah, we got to hit 273 here as well. Once again for Nesla. Because a T-Strike would kill Tukai. I think we could... Tukai once again has nice stamina though. We'll go 20, 36... think I can live a plague. I'm trying to think if it's worth calcing for Refreshing Breeze or not. Like, I don't think so. Because if I'm using that, I'm probably going to die anyways. But I guess on the off chance I do click it, might as well just spend the extra 10 TVs for it. And then there's also the high possibility that we'll get to save some stamina by sparksing the 2K. Momo. Momo's kind of weird because its only priority is bark. So yeah, I'm not real sure here. I'm not if I run Turbo on Gazuma. Well, I haven't figured out what I want to do with Gazuma quite yet. We'll have to see. Let's just do the stamina first. It's just 74. Okay. Like Momo, you don't need max special attack on, but at the same time, it doesn't particularly need a lot of bulk. Without nut bar, you're just living a lot less than you would otherwise. Let's do something like 241. That's my Grumper breakpoint. It outspeeds a lot of stuff. We'll max special attack, because that's what this whole team's meant to do, kill stuff with hard hits. And that's still a significant amount of HP, so... Pretty good. Alright, let's see. The fastest thing on the team is actually going to be a Chromion after fast charge, which is actually significant invest in speed from Amphatyr. Because it's 331. It's 332. But I think that's almost... There's not really much of a point, because the thing is, if Chromion has the fast charge, it's going to be next to Gazuma. And Gazuma can't outspeed that. So besides the fast charge Tems, my fastest thing I believe is 273. This Drakash and 2Kai. So I'll just go 274, and I think that's good. Settling better over relaxed? I don't know. Also, I just thought about it. Screw it. We're going 370 or 332 anyways, just because I want to outspeed max speed Oshiara's and get like a Tesla Prison off or a Plague. Because if I have Amphatyr next to Munko and there's an Oshiara on the board, I want to be able to threaten out the Oshiara, prevent it from getting a Serbatios off. We're just kind of trying out settling because it makes Amphatyr an offensive threat if it's not dealt with. I think we're still going to invest like all this bulk in it though. I don't know any offensive breakpoints for Amphatyr, but I want them to be punished for attacking it, but also I want it to still be a threat. So that's just kind of the goal here. So yeah, we'll try it. Gazuma will just hit 273. Or 4. Because max speed Gazuma, actually I should figure this out. 287, yeah, that's just not enough. Tesla 2-shot Oshiara, I mean I can calc it. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be reasonable. I think it does by base, actually. It can't one-shot ever. Amphatyr, Oshiara. Okay. Well, the thing is, I have no idea how much bulk an Oshiara invests. I just don't. Because it varies so much. Some Oshiaras sack their HP so they can have more speed and damage. Some sack their damage so they can have more HP and speed. I think the typical breakpoint is to live a max attack wastewater from a Hazrat, but I can't say for sure. And I would hope that's still at least a 3-shot, or at least a 2-shot, or 2 Teslas plus a Plague. But I think if I'm getting Teslas off on the Oshiara, I'm already at an advantage. I don't think, like, Hurricane's a really strong move, but with only 2 Digis, I don't know how worth it it's going to be. I want Tesla for sure. It's just the good electric move. Tornado's good. Like, Electric Storm got buffed, stamina-wise at least. I don't think anything's worth running Turbocharge for, but it is an interesting move for sure. Hurricane's a must-have. Yeah, I'm looking at the other options. I mean, I have Turbo as the other option. I'm kind of leaning towards it. Like, Hurricane without digital synergy is not nearly as good. It's just not. And I only have 2 digital synergies, and I think Gosm is going to be the most banned Tem on my team. I think I'm just going to go with Turbo. Gazama's stamina rotation looks like it's going to hurt. Actually, that's not that bad. It's only 69. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. How much defense is it to live like a CPG from a 2 Vine? Gazuma. Vine. 200 defense. Oh my goodness, it is like 200. That's so bad. Maybe I should have some in HP too. Can this live at Shim? Shim CPG? With Hostile? Okay. I could go do like a Crystal Bite from a Gialis if I really wanted to, but I think I'm okay with this. So 199, 133. I don't know if that's optimal or not, but should be good. Actually, no, I have 4. I'll just put it in HP. There we go. All right. I didn't pick up, like, I found out that Burrow is like such an expensive egg move, otherwise I'd turn my Amphatyr on Luma. Other than that, Chromion and the 2 Kai are the only ones, and I actually don't have either of them Luma. It's just... it's just that both of them are... I have others in their evolution line. Because I have an Earth Chromion and a 2 Vine. Alright, and for anyone who's wondering why I'm in Psy Park, I did not get my Umbra Pookie yet, but it's Luma Psy Park this week, and I can go back to hunting Umbra Pookie next week when it's not Luma Psy Park. I think for the most part, Umbra Pookie is the only one I'm going to go for, because I just don't have that kind of Luma resources to be able to just liquidize a whole bunch and turn them into drops. So I'd rather just do this and still try and complete my perfect Luma collection. Because I mean, Serenity is actually kind of a cool Luma. I like all the orange Tems Lumas. One of the reasons why Pookie's my favorite. One of them. I think this is one of the longer... I was gonna say Normally queues aren't that long. We're still in the first week of the patch. People are still trying stuff, so that's cool. All right. I hope everything is right because I switched a whole bunch of stuff back and forth and all around. But we should be good. Key goals. Oh, oh! I see 5 digi weeks, and I have 2 digis and sparks. Guess I didn't calc. I mean, I'm sure both Gazuma and Amphatyr can live with sea spikes from that Zenith. Gazuma has crazy special defense, and Amphatyr just has a lot of HP. Really? Really? Okay. Oh, that's so interesting. I wasn't expecting not a Digivan. Like, I'm trying to understand like what the thought process is. Like he's probably got a plan, but what is that plan? I'm gonna ban the Zenith. Sinner Typer. I guess he wants to put my Chromion to sleep. Only 2 Sinner. I know this. I don't have a whole lot of Sinner Typer allies, but it's just kind of like. So did Nature Chromion has one of the best types in the game because it's really good defensively, but also offensively. It's the same typing as Moments. It's just that it's faster and really strong, and I don't think PI is going to help much at all. So. It's gonna ban the Pocus, so there's less slowdown shenanigans to deal with in the late game. I guess that's why he banned Drakasha. He actually banned it for Sentinel. With all these mentals, I'm not picking Momo. 2K is still pretty solid though. Gotta learn to look at the revealed gears this patch. Oh, I know. That's gonna be a hard habit for me to get into as well, just because I've been so used to ignoring it completely. Oh yeah, marbles. I forgot I put that item. It's such good value. I hate it so much. Um, yeah, we'll save Stam. Let's go. Who's the bigger issue for my backline? Volgon. Sparky Sparks. I guess the thing is, Volgon isn't an offensive threat right now, but Nox can very easily hit me with a Hypno next turn. Oh, that did more damage than I thought. It's like an offensively invested Nox? That's kind of weird. Normally they're just full bulk. Oh. He's got first aid kit, so it must be trance. Volgon doesn't have A-Shot though, so that's really nice. I wonder if he just forgot to put it on. I feel like it's one of Volgon's best items. It doesn't have any of the gears that reveal themselves either, so I'm very curious at what it does have. The pro team? You're right, I didn't pick up on that. But there is a nickname, so it has to be. Settling's already stacking up. Alright, I guess I don't know how Seized works with first aid kit trance, but we're about to find out. Unfortunate. It does get it. I don't know how fast this Volgine is after the +3. It seems pretty bulky, so I want to assume that it's like almost base speed. I think +3 is still darn close to outspeeding. I'm gonna plague it. Oh, that's so smart. He pushed off his own sleep with that. Also, Amphatyr sucks. Acid reflux, yeah, that kills for sure. Unfortunate. Yeah, I was not expecting an offensive invest Nox. I would have targeted that 100%. I thought it was just going to be like a Turbo Hypno support. I still don't know how bulky the stupid Volgine is. It's got to be like high bulk invest, right? So I can use Tesla Prison on that, and then Plasma Beam on the Nox. No, it's a fast Nox! Well, at least use it on the Munko. That buys me a little bit of time. Or not. Man, this is so weird. So he I'm curious what his spreads are. Because it seems really bulky, but also fast enough, at least. Or maybe I'm just underestimating how much +3 speed really is. Well, next turn I swap in Tukai in the Munko slot, and then double Tornado the Nux. It's kind of my best play, I think. Because at least the Nox is OX'd. But it outspeeds my entire team, so I gotta get a turbo off from my Gazuma in order to do something. I probably would have done my ban phase a lot differently had I known this team was like this. I don't even remember what I banned first. Yeah, synergy meta. Is this gonna do damage now? It's like it's not. Yeah, I mean that's still pretty good damage, really. No synergy if I click turbo here. Tesla plus Tornado I'd hope kill this Lowaddle, but I suppose it could potentially not. I hope my 2K lives a V-Gust from the Sidoro, but it could potentially not. Like that Lowaddle has attack invest. That is not base Lowaddle. I thought this was like a full support Lowaddle because for like a slowdown team. It's just penances, sacrifices, and whatever else. But that was not the case. It doesn't have penance off hold yet. It would have sacrifice though. Waddle swaps. Yeah, Yeller comes in. Not surprised, but it is unfortunate. Ugh, that does nothing. Coat Adoro. Okay, seriously, this is the whole team. Just is not good for me. Oh, and Denigrate's not good either. So the Adoro's not special attack invested. So if you just target your bans towards the things that do damage on this team, you'd have much better luck. Yeah. Adoro's not an offensive threat, but I can't do any damage to the Yowler, I guess. It's just like max HP, max special defense. No, I'm -1, that's why. That's why it's doing less. Also, I'm not getting Toxic Skin from the Adoro. I know it would still proc even if I had Tecmo Mask, so it's actually Synergy Master, so it probably has Psy Collab with all the mentals. I don't know if Tesla Prison plus Wind Burst even kills this Adoro. I might have to Tornado if I want to, but I really wanted to keep Tornado up to deal with the Nox. I don't even know if I don't think I could. I don't think I can get away with not using. We're gonna Tornado. I don't even know if that Tesla kills. Okay, good. Hibernate. I couldn't just leave the Yowler. I couldn't just double target the Yowler because if I didn't kill the Adoro there, I would have eaten another Denigrate, which would have killed Gazuma and just made 2K completely useless. It's rough though, because that means Monko also has to deal with Yowler. I could deal with Lowaddle and the Nox, I think. But I guess Nox just turbos with Lowaddle on the field. And it's still just kind of over. No, I mean Monko wouldn't even need to be put to sleep because it just turbos into Faraday Cage. Because this thing's just that fast. Do I assume he's using V-Gust on the 2K? If I do, then I want to click Refreshing Breeze. Or does he always turbo and swap in Lowaddle here? To guarantee he outspeeds and lives to kill the Munko. I don't think I ever kill Nox on this turn. I think I have to assume that Lowaddle comes in and kill it. And I lose. Yeah, I don't think I had any way out of that. Like, I could have Refreshing Breeze. I could have Tornado. Tornado wouldn't have done anything. Yowler was on the field, just too tanky. I did not expect the damage invests on these times. It looked like a full like controls team. Had I just hit the Nox turn 1 instead of the Volgon, I would have been just fine. GG. I don't remember what I banned either, because if I just banned the... Or, no, not... Wrong spot. I think I could have banned that game better too. I just didn't have enough knowledge to face him ahead of time. Oh, that's right, I did ban Zeno. Yeah, Zeno was not the play. I needed to ban either Volgon or Nox. Probably Nox. I thought Nox was going to be Toxic Skin, because most of the support Noxes are Toxic Skin, in which case it would just be kind of whatever, who cares. And then also the Adora was Synergy Master too. It was just a very weird team. I'm not sure what to think of it much. It's an interesting team though. Kind of lots of meta threats and then Agario. Chromion gets banned. Not really surprising, but that is really disappointing. I'd love to bring Tortonite to deal with the Garunder and the... I mean, he's got like 3 things that Garunder's good against, or that the Tortonite's good against, but he's also got 3 counters to it. I'm just gonna ban the... Just gonna ban that. Still think Tortonite's good. Tortonite and Amphatyr seems like a really strong combo, because that threatens off his Toxics from pairing with the Molgu. He does get the Jamurian in. I think now I ban the Platamus. And so he bans Medracash, that makes sense. Go with Tukai Munko. If he picks Adoro, I might not pick Momo, but otherwise I think I'm going to pick up Momo, because... I don't know, I mean... I probably pick it anyways. Everything on my team hits Adoro except Momo. But Adoro is still absurdly tanky. And since my whole team is special attack based, Denigrate always gets value. So maybe I should actually respect the Adoro a bit more. Like, its type chart looks bad defensively, but in reality it just has so many. It's just so threatening. I don't need Amphatyr for anything since he didn't pick the Gario. So we'll just Sparks and make it really bulky. Not too afraid of the Molgu right now, I'm more afraid of the +1 Shimurian. I think one more Sparks finishes that off, but if it doesn't, that sucks. Yeah, I can take the CPG. Must have been expecting a swap, but alas, I did not. Oh, works. I just bring in 2Kai and Windburst now. Yeah. His Windburst will outspeed and finish off the Chimerian. It'll also deal some chip to Molgu before activating Reactive Vial. Wolfie kind of gets a free swap, but does he know that? Plus, I mean, like, Rotten Goose still hurts Wolfie. Got double screen on the Adoro. Toxic Skin doesn't do anything here. More toxic or Tuckma Mask value. Woo! I don't know what slot the Wolfie comes in on. But it's just gonna be the best turn for Momo anyways. Mogu should OX if it uses one more attack. I guess he could have like a triple Faraday Cage rotation, but that's a lot of stamina, even with the Faraday Cage cost reduction. Weird, okay. So much for getting holds off of Momo. Does Spreader still deal 80% of the damage? If you... Even if a Team Elusive is up? Ah, dang it, he saves the Molgu. He knows it's important for his... dealing with my Monko. He's still not respecting my Tortonite, though. Death and Range should die to a Seed Us, no? You must be thinking that I'll run out of stamina soon. Yeah, well, that's the benefits of efficient. This is going to be the turn to swap in Momo, though. I need hold off. I really do. So he was planning to sack his Shim. I don't know, I don't think that would have been bad for me, though. if I just stayed in on Torque. Because I could have killed Garender and killed Chimerian, and then Volfi would have came in and I just soul shout it. And if it, and then it doesn't really matter if Monko dies at that point. Kinda sucks. I didn't want to be in this position. Wouldn't risk Mulgrow's beating with Cyberclaw, I suppose. I don't know. I think I have to kill the Mulgu here, I think. Okay, there we go. I microwaved it so much. Slow it's not that slow. I mean, the Chim is faster than 241, but slower than 248. Not like a lot of Chims run that much speed. Bark value. Bark puts Chimerian in range of dying to 1C spikes from my Torque Knight. GG's though. Looks like he's not gonna finish out the game. Solrock Martin. Hello everybody, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Those who don't know me, I am one of the highest ranked PvP players in the game. At last season I ended off at rank 4 on ladder. So pretty much the entirety of my content is Temtem PvP. But in between matches I hunt in Cypark. So let me see. Let me see if I can. How was your stream, Martin? Are you just finishing up the story? You doing some endgame content of some kind? Went good. You're a bit of a Luma hunter, and you unlocked Umbra today. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so Pookie's kind of my mascot. I'm really hoping to get some to get into Umbra Pookie, but while we got the Luma Cypark here, I'm just kind of hunting for Lospriol here, since that's actually a Luma I don't have yet. You got a favorite Luma? Specific one you're going for right now or something? So thank you for the follows, Real Joey and Solrock. So far, Nesla, it was MVP on stories. You want the Luma so pass? Yeah, it is a really great Luma for sure. I've got one right here. I've got a lot of perfect Lumas, but this is one of the good ones for sure. Little noodle. Hello, Magic. Welcome. Keep Kensky. Oh, seeing Umbra Shelllant. Cool to see he got it. I know that's one of his faves. Good teams. Yeah, I post some of the teams I run during the week on the side. They're under my team codes. If anyone's interested in PvP showdown teams, you can just type that in and it'll populate it with what I'm running. How many Umbra Chromions have I fought? None, because I have not run into Kip yet. And I don't think Mac Chromion's been playing much, if at all. You know, I think I'm gonna ban the Volphy because it's actually kind of bad for my team if Munko's done. How do I feel about new DA? I think new DA is a lot healthier. I think it's really fun to play around. I actually did a DA team earlier this week. I don't think it's overbearing or overpowered or anything. But I just think it's solid, good, and interesting. Just about everything I could ask for. It'd be interesting to see how it impacts the meta later on. So far, I don't think it's too early to draw any big conclusions. Oh, okay, this is a bit rough. Played you with mine earlier in the week. I think it enables a lot of things that are faster without good access to prio. Yeah, I think I remember that for sure. Like speed control with DA, like other Tesla prison users and stuff, makes it really interesting. So many electrics that are good. Naga's kind of countered anyway. Yeah, the buff to Amphatyr is actually kind of like a direct nerf to Naga, I think. But that doesn't mean it's unusable. It's far from it. Stuff like Golzies are forced to run Sparkling Bullet now. Really, that was not the ban I was expecting. I don't know. I think I just gotta ban the water. And actually, I was comparing. So there's like last meta's teams or like the strong Tems didn't really get nerfed outside of Hazrat. So I was comparing a lot of them to Naga, and stuff like Volphy, Oshiara, you are really good, or you get countered by Naga pretty well. But then you also have stuff like Platimus, which has Rotten Goo, which is actually given priority under Decidora. Where's the Piranha to my comp team? Piranha, it's kind of stuck in stall as it's being its only use. I'm trying to make an exhaust team and refine it and show that on stream sometime. But I haven't been able to fit Piranha on a whole lot of teams. I ran it on H-Slap a lot, which was pretty cool. But the problem is that defense drop teams aren't all that great currently. You'd much rather click 2 high damage offensive options. Stuff like this water cannon into venom spread combo that I'm about to get hit by. So Luma Anatan, I don't have the Luma Anatan soulbound. I'm waiting until I get a team that I can use it well in, and then I will use it for sure. Yeah, that was bound to happen, but it's just a 1-for-1 trade Ukama for Acronox, which I think is still worth it overall. So the thing is, like, Monko can eat a hasty lunch from Golzi, and Tour Knight outspeeds Inky. I guess I don't know if Inky lives or not. I'm assuming it's just 0 HP invest Inky, but I could be wrong. How much defense do I need to live a Venom spread with 1? On Amphatyr, I mean, after the Toxic Tick, it would probably be quite a bit. I just have HP in it. I didn't put a whole lot of thought into the spread. I should just bring in Gazuma here. Let's throw Sparks, Crystal Spikes just to make sure I kill. I have Reactive Vial, so even a Soil Steam from Acronox I should live and then just at least maybe be able to stay on the on the field 1 more turn. But I might be in range to die to Sting then, I'm not real sure. Got to lurk and grab some food. You'll be watching on your phone. You know, a few other community members are interested in competitives. Coming here is a great choice. Awesome. I'm glad to provide content. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat, and I'll answer as best I can. I have a very good game knowledge about, so just about any questions you have, I should be able to give you a good response. Nice. Inky goes down. I should pull up my beginner team as well from Showdown, just in case anyone's interested in that. Although the problem is it's not updated. I usually wait until like a week or two into the patch until I kind of see how the meta settles, and then what I do is I create a team that's relatively easy to use, lots of strong stuff on it, and then I just put out the code for everyone who can run it. Tatter's very viable. Tatter's always pretty solid. Voice is nice. You lurk here while you shiny hunt in Moonstone. Ooh, I actually didn't know they have shinies in Moonstone. That's awesome. I gave the game a try, but it was a bit slower paced than what I'm kind of looking for in a game. It's still really cute. I love all the designs and such. Did not know they had shinies though. Gotta love that. Drakash really doesn't get a lot of value here. But Tortonite's also just about useless, so. Gazma's not immediately threatened. I should be able to get a tornado off on the Acronox, but I don't know for sure if it's going to swap, because it could get Welcomer here. Ah, he stays in. Alright. That does so much damage. Moonstone has shiny mons called Holographics. That's a good name for him. Change a bit in color with shimmer on them, no other indication. Gotcha. Is this music cassette piece? Yes, you can see the song playing in the bottom left corner. It's gonna have some good game music. I'm a big fan of 3D platformers and also creature collectors, of course. So it's just a lot of music from stuff like Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong, and then Cassette Beasts, and a few other Pokemon songs. We trying that for the first time tomorrow, funny enough. Yeah, I don't have it on my recordings or anything because I just don't want to deal with a violation of the rules or anything, but I think it's just nice to have something to listen to for everyone who's interested. The song, he was like, did you boot up Cassette Beast without not... Acronox feels bad getting ignored and having its allies killed. Yeah, Acronox, unfortunately, even after the changes, didn't become overly viable. This turbo here should allow me to potentially outspeed Golzy with my Drakash, and it'll also guarantee I get a tornado off on Acronox. Split the auto track so you don't get DMC. Yeah. Like I feel like lots of video game music creators, artists wouldn't mind too much, but I just don't want to risk it. Yeah, Diabolo getting... Okay, awesome. GG's. Must be a slower Golzy. He didn't want to even try to challenge my speed tiers, which I was a bit surprised. It seemed like a heavy aggro team, so I would have thought he had high speed invest. Diabolo. Hey, at least it actually says it when the Tem enters the field now, so it's not like he could complain that it was hidden info. Monko always lives... hasty launch? Yeah, for sure. It was more of a question of... I have to kill either the Acronox or the Golzy, because Monko can only hit one of them. How many Anahir eggs do I hatch to hit? I bought this Anahir, or the Anatan, honestly. I probably hatched over 150, 1 in 750 eggs, and then probably a few, like a 1,500 full odds eggs with no luck. And I realized I was just burning through too many Pansuns, and I would much rather just buy one straight up. Since like OT and nicknames don't matter too much to me, and there's ways to get around it anyways. I had a really good deal on selling my Tem cap, or my Discord cap, my bad, and I decided I was going to invest it in Anatan since it's the highest price item I could buy for PvP. Since I'm really not expecting to. My plan is not to invest to like switch the Pookie hat ever again. Like they have a hat specifically for Pookie. I'm always gonna have the Pookie hat, so I don't particularly need the Discord cap. Would have been cool for collection purposes, especially since it was my original Discord cap. But I just think I'm able to manage without it. I hadn't touched it in a couple months prior to selling it, and the offer I got on it was something I just really couldn't turn down. So, understandable. So the nice thing about this team is I can go like Amphatyr and pick any of these. So it's just a really good blue side lead. Since everything combos well, except Momo. Momo's kind of like my swap in to anything and get its holds off. I know that this guy is planning to do the Waspine plus Gallios combo with sleep control and such. But I think my team's fast enough I don't have to worry about it. You can sell clothing items. You need to grab a Discord hat ASAP. So the ones from Battle Pass and from the in-game store you cannot sell. Ones that are, but there are some exclusive to the pre-order and Kickstarter that you are able to purchase. So the Discord hat, Tamer cap, and Taco hat are the three. Discord hat prices are extremely high though. Like mine, I sold it for 10 million Pansons. It's not like I'm hiding how much I sold it for, but that was the price I got for it. Okay. Top 3 already? Not yet, Tio. You hatched 556 anti here, 100. Oh my goodness, that's so many. Yeah, 15 million. You could have bought a full anti here, full Anatan with that. So, but I guess if you're going for like the entry in your Tempedia, you'd definitely want OT. I traded a perfect Luma 2i and Volvir for a Tamer cap. Big auto or big win in retrospect. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I know was that like a long time ago? I think actually in 1.0 the Tamer cap prices dropped significantly. So that would have been the best time to buy. Didn't have enough time to think. Too busy chatting with you guys. I don't mind though. Glad you're all here. Tor Knight's super good here. 10 million makes you want to shoot them a real money offer instead. Yeah, no, I can't do that. Would not recommend it. It's a good joke though. You snagged along at 1.0 when it was cheap. Good thinking, for sure. I had already spent most of my Pansons by then. I picked up a few taco hats to resell for a lot more later on. But I mean, even then, I bought them for like 300k and only sold them for $1 million each. So it's like still like a 2.1 million gain with the 3 hats I had, but there were better deals I could have had. I don't hold on to Pansons very well. I have a very bad spending addiction in the auction house. Like I'll see some Luma eggs for whatever Luma I'm going for, and I'll be like, well, there's a chance, and then I'll spend it. Or there'll be a good deal on a perfect Luma, and I'll just buy it straight up. Like I bought Molgu and a Moments recently, both of them for $1 million, so it's pretty good. Monko, I think, is going to be strong. I don't have to worry about Waspine special attack at all. There's too many mentals for Momo to get use. Amphatyr a legit Tem now? I think Amphatyr has a lot of potential this patch. I think it was the biggest winner of the patch by far. In my opinion. I could be proved wrong. It's still pretty early on. So far everyone's finding a bit more like what's meta, what's working and what's not. But we're still in the experimentation phase for sure. You never spend Pansun. You never spend feathers, Kip. The only time you spend feathers is when you buy 99 hotfix boxes. and then open them all at once. I've even got like 5,000 feathers built up just because I haven't got any OT Lumas to crank them out for perfect yet. Supernova. I think Supernova's the one that I can ignore. I'm actually gonna ignore the... Yeah, we'll microwaves. I'm gonna ignore the Oshiara. I'm not super stoked on that, but this Gallios is gonna put something to sleep this turn and could be a huge problem if I ignore it. 40% lost HP. Is that... Yeah, okay. I know it keeps switching back and forth for people. Like, Gallios is bugged, so that when you play a PvP match, its trait when it comes into the next game will be the same trait it ended on the game before. It's really weird. Nice. Oshiara did swap. That's super good for me. Waspine comes in. He's getting Deluge off hold, but I think I'm going to deal enough damage to this Gallios that I'm not worried, and I can just throw a... like a Plague or a Tesla Prison on it, and I should be okay to finish it. Yeah, look at that! 3% on a Gallios. That's why you don't invest speed on your Gallios, folks. Oh no! Not the Jinx Whisper. See. I just rest on Amphatyr now, get the settling boost, and then throw another microwaves. He doesn't really have anything that wants to eat that. Like, Waddle dies, Pocus loses the same amount of health as Gallios just did. Oshiara loses half, but he doesn't get Deluge synergy that way. I think just based on turn 1 he loses. That's the problem with this strategy. Once you know it's there, and if you have a high enough damage, it just always loses. Burner Waspine, max speed Waspine is 221. With the extra 10%, it reaches 241. My Chromion is 256, so I will outspeed. And for anyone wondering, me throwing out all these numbers, it's just that I've memorized them, but you can always check them out just on Showdown or Temtem and stuff. I know that on the main Discord there's a speed tiers document. It's kind of old now. I don't know if it's been updated, but it gives you the max speed values of every Tem, which is kind of nice to reference when you're starting out. He's thinking real hard about what to do. Looks like he's just going to sack the Gallios. Maybe challenge my speed, hoping to get the Sea Deluge off. Not real sure. Yeah, must have been. It doesn't deal hardly any damage at all. I don't have synergy anymore though, so that's worth noting. So I can't outspeed with a harmful. Maybe that was his plan. The Waddle doesn't have anything to prevent me from moving though. So I just throw Sparks and then Binary Flood. I mean, he could hit me with a Microwaves. Oh. I still have Monko in the back, so I think I can be a little bit greedy. This would have to be max speed, max attack while Waddle to be a real issue for me right now. Hologram. Interesting. A bit unfortunate. Oh, Roots, okay. Speed drop. I still don't think that matters. All the Umber Chromions yet. We got one for all the Showdown unlocks. That is very fair. That's all you need. Mom's Lunch is kind of interesting. Alright, so he will be faster with Crystal Deluge now. So I'm going to Tesla Prison. And I'll leave in Harmful just in case, because there's not much of a negative in doing so. But next turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Sparks the Chromion, and that'll actually push off the Sleep. And then I'll be able to get another move off. Hello, Light Cube, welcome. Oh, another slowdown. I could throw things for a loop. Oh, blue screen. Now that I did not consider. Kind of wrecked against faster teams, but seemed pretty strong to slower teams. Yeah, it's definitely strong against slower teams. For sure. Okay. I think I just pull out both of these now and swap to, like, Drakash Tortonite. Because Drakash isn't doing anything against Oshiara, and Tortonite can threaten, and then both of them can't, or neither of them can be slept with Drakash, so. Like, I was just trying to finish the game up faster by not having to go through an extra turn of swapping. I don't think this player has any chance of winning. I have 2 of his Tems down, and my entire team is practically full health. Plus, I have multiple counters to his whole strategy, so. So he did get the swap prediction. The problem is that it's just not going to be enough because I have Sentinel. That's quite a bit of damage. I know it's not 120 flat damage, but I just don't have that kind of stamina sustain, so. I don't really have to be worried about anything. Blue screen's off hold. Or it's on hold, and Pocus can't sleep with slowdown, or he can't sleep with anything because I've got Sentinel Drakash. He kind of has to like double in attack the Drakash or get in his Oshiara, but Oshiara takes damage here, and I can probably finish it off with a Rotten Goo. You see, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. What did he even ban? He banned Gazuma. I know he banned, but the Gazuma was second ban. I don't remember what he banned first. I'm trying to think. I'm really not sure. He's pretty all in on the sleep stat. Yeah, this type of playstyle is just super matchup fishy. I know. It definitely is. I think he had 6 electric weaknesses. I'm not sure how many exactly, but it was quite a few. Oh, Servatios. Yeah, he just can't catch up. This is a max speed Oshiara, or darn close. Oh, I guess maybe not. See some aggro Koish Mimic shenanigans team. Okay, I've been meaning to do a Wind Koish team, so I will look at doing that probably tomorrow. I haven't picked a gimmick yet, so that's definitely something I can do. With all due respect here, sir, can you please forfeit? Only 2K for a new team. Well, see, the whole points thing is kind of weird. Like, everything's really low and hardly anyone ever redeems, so I can't tell if y'all just aren't getting points, or if nobody wants to, nobody wants the rewards. Plus, it's just like, I always build a new team every stream anyways, for the most part, except when I figure out, like, a team to actually push ladder with, or practice for a tournament with. But we're so early on in the patch that right now I'd rather just mess around with stuff. You got 6,000 points. Yeah, but you watch quite a bit, so I mean, that's kind of reasonable. It doesn't help that I stream so often that that people can build up points just from me streaming. Alright, the Tortonite ban. I ban Acronox. I don't have to worry about the Venom Spread combo. Umbra Shelllant is sick. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Shellant's Luma, so it's really cool to see the Umbra here instead. Thought it was a Ventil for a minute. uh... This is just going to be like one of my favorite leads to go whenever I can. I like the Amphatyr Chromion lead better than the Gazmo one. Just because of Sinner Typer. I could have it be a different type of Chromion, but on a Sparks team, I think the Nature Chromion is always going to be the best option. Interesting. Inky. Why Nature over Electric? Wouldn't Electric cover more? Electric makes my Electric makes my weakness chart a lot worse. And also, I mean, that's kind of the main thing. I don't want to be like Nature Digi is the best defensive Digi type. So I'm able to have a great offensive type while also having a good defensive type. And I can still have Sinner Typer with Amphatyr, which is my main Sparks user. Gazma gets banned quite often anyways. Phased on your full odds Umbra hunt last night in Towley Grass. You want an Umbra that's for full odds? That is a long quest, and I wish you the best of luck. Any Umbra here enjoyers, I wish even further luck, and most of all, the Umbra Mythic. I will love passively hunting Umbras and doing radars every once in a while, but some things are just too much for me. East going for Umbra Mythic. An interesting statistic somebody brought up is if you think about it, the first Umbra, or the first like rare Gallios has a 10% chance of being Umbra. Like it's like if instead of just getting a Luma Gallios, being the first one to get a Luma of it, you could get an Umbra at like 10 times the odds. Dang it. There's a mental here, so I don't want to bring Momo, but like this sucks. No Volfi was picked though. There's 2 electrics. I'm just thinking it's not the 2 Kai game. Mental Tem's in the lead, yeah. Gonna lose tempo to preserve it. I'm afraid that the Inky lives microwaves plus a plague, just because I don't have enough offensive invest on my Amphatyr. Umbra Amphatyr you don't have enough patience for because eggs are too annoying. Yeah, I think Raichu's going for one though, so he finally got out of the game and then comes back to it just for that. Some people, this game is an addiction. Maybe I preserve Amphatyr and swap in Drakash, because Drakash doesn't have a lot of great boards here, but this would be one of them. You know what, we're gonna like limit test a little bit and just kind of try and kill this Inky. I don't think so. I think it'll be close. Maybe down to like 8%, but I don't think it kills. Yeah, 10%. If they added Anahir Wild Spawn at 1%, you'd heavily consider Umbra Hunt for it. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I'm eating a Denigrate here. I could predict the Inky to swap and click binary instead, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, I was staying in. And I would just wanted the extra damage that Microwaves offers on the Sodoro, since it's going to be a pain for my full special team. Yeah, look at all that. That's still really good. Chromion goes down, which sucks, but... I lose a special attack, but I get it right back. I want to keep Amphatyr around now for Gario, if I can. I don't know how reasonable that's going to be. I'm in definitely a bad spot now. Temtem Passionos 2.0 Anahirs have escaped the lab due to the tamers releasing them into the wild. Now they spawn in all grass at 1%. That would be fun. Oh wow, Adoro is so tanky, dudes. It's just, oh. This is a max special attack for cash, and that did 20%. Adoro was nerfed, barely. Yeah, Synergy V-Gust. Please use the water move on the Drakash. Okay. I didn't need Drakash for anything, so I was kind of sacking it. But it is worth noting I am in a bad spot here. Like, I do not want to... Like, I could gamble here on if he's going to stay in on Gario or not. It does swap though, so. Is it going to be a double swap? No. Alright, I got the Adoro kill. I take Toxic Skin Chip, which sucks, but it dies. So, that's good. Let's see. He's probably got Haito. I don't know, if my Gosma's fast in the Shelllant, the T-Prism plus Undermine's going to be really good, and if it's not, it's going to suck. He probably just doubles in Momo anyways. No double edge value. Oh my goodness, it's a rage. One of the few times when rage gives value because I have a full special team. So nothing can hit this Golzy for strong damage. Also, the Golzy was faster than my Gazuma. I think I just lose because of the rage. That sucks. You think Golzy is only going to hit like a truck? Alright, I think my only chance of winning this is if he goes for the Gazuma with the Oshi. I think that is it. So I have to take a huge risk here and just tornado the Shell Ant and hope he throws. And I get a knockback off. Pretty sure that's the only way I win. Because Gazuma can't even hit Golzy, and Amphatyr dies in one hit and can't hit Golzy. So Momo's my only chance. So I need him to throw. Because if Gazuma was faster than the Golzy, I could have got a turbo off and let Momo get damage off before the Oshi, but I was not faster. Yeah. GG. I really... Rage was not what I wanted to see. Golzy with Rage is kind of sketch. It's... First of all, it makes you super weak into every single defensive team. Or a physical attacking team. And second of all, like... You're giving up one of Golzy's moves, which it really wants to have variety in. Because Golzy gets value from Uppercut, Oshi, and then it has to choose between either Hasty or Sparkling. And nowadays with new Naga, you want Sparkling, so you can hit Naga with Decidora. Otherwise, that Golzy always loses to Nagase, which is really... I don't know. It feels too risky for low payoff. Yeah. I had a full special team, so I just wasn't prepared for that. It does get some value because he's got Welcomer, but then you also have the problem of being a double melee board. I'd probably consider banning the Golzy next time, just because it's a bad matchup for me. Got yourself 2 Umbers you wanted. You got a second Umbra? That's awesome. Which one was it? You got the Chromion. Did you get it? Did you get a different one earlier? I'm forgetting. You just got Koish. Nice. Which type? Or sorry, can you tell which type? It's electric. Oh, that's actually one of the better ones too. And digital Koish, electric Koish, and nature Koish are going to be the Koish types that we'll probably see use now. But we'll try Wind Koish tomorrow because it's not one of those 3, and it'll be interesting. I'll make a post-it note so hopefully I remember, but I have so many post-it notes I haven't gotten a bad habit of ignoring all of them. Electric's huge even when you only use on Showdown for now. Yeah. Do they even have tail patterns when they're Umbra forms? Maybe the textures with the colorblinds? Ice Red. Quad Toxic team. What am I afraid of here? That is a long link. That's just a Discord picture, so. You know, I think Acronox, even though I don't think Acronox is a good matchup for me. No. We're banning. We're banning Acronox because Tortnite gets so much value here. He's kind of forced to ban it. Oh, he bans that. Interesting. Doesn't have any fires or digis, so Nature Chromion gets good value. I wonder what this combo's for. I have to deal with the Voloran pretty quick, otherwise it'll stack up Nox bombs and stuff. Anaerobic. If it's aerobic, I wouldn't have to be afraid, but I don't know if it is or not. It's not something I can really risk. Now Garunder's bad. Pick Tukai, Monko. Probably Monko. And then Momo. Might take a quick water break after this match. I feel like I haven't been keeping up with my win rate. I don't know if I'm actually still 2-2 or if I've played more games. Oh, Strange Vest, perfect. Glad you're here, Volerend. Thank you for having a useless item. It still doesn't do all that much damage. Short circuit. There's no sparks. Wait, he doesn't get anaerobic value then either. So what's the point? No, really, what's the point? I'm just gonna binary flood because I get more value getting click. You know, I can click Bright Beam. I won't get settling boost, but Shrampy, hello, welcome. I mean, I guess I'm kind of hoping that binary kills, but maybe it doesn't. Ooh, Venomous Claws. Center Typer binary damage on Volgon is just useful, so that's why I wanted it. More Tesla on the Volerend, just for damage. Everyone doing today? I'm doing very well. Got a new fun team. It's actually been going pretty well so far. I mean, we're 2-2, but like the team itself is fun, and I think there's further potential for it, which is always what I look for with new teams. Like the matchups I lost were more ones where I don't think I had enough knowledge, and I just did like ban phase wrong. And if I could play again, I think I would have a much better chance. If I can at least have an even or like 50% or higher chance of winning a match, that is what I consider a good team. Or just Sparks Binary Flood. Binary Flood gives so much value. It's such a good move. Probably too good. Because that's like 40% to both of these tanky Tems. Center Typer +1. Boomerang finishes off Chromion, Toxic finishes off Amphatyr, but I think that's still good. Sokka was one of the Tems I had a bigger issue with, so. Just barely go down. Both of these Tems could have narco hits, so it's not like Momo wants to be in front of them. But Tukai in front of Saku also feels bad, so. At the same time, it feels bad in front of Volgon too, so I think I just go this anyways. Soul Shout does more damage. Wind Burst does more damage to Nid. It's a solid 7% to Saku, I'll take it. Not quite enough though. 2K goes down, which is unfortunate. Hopefully it's a double into the slot, though. Nox bomb into a narco hit, potentially. Battle dagger, okay. I guess I should look if either of them have energy drink. No, neither of them do. Token will finish off Saku. And then I'll just double edge since I didn't get to swap in anything to the Nid slot. That's unfortunate, I'm giving the Yowler buffs. But on the right side I also don't take damage this turn. And I'm conserving stamina. Hello, Hazra, welcome. Okay, that's still insane damage. I mean, knockback plus soul shout has to kill this Volrun, right? Like, there's no way it doesn't. I probably could have undermined, I just didn't want to risk it. Because if that Volgon got a T-strike off on Monko, I would be hurting bad. And I'm sure that Volgon has special attack invests. Short circuit ones usually do. It's the superconduct ones that are like full support, usually with like strangle and adrenaline shot. That savage hurts really bad, but I think it was necessary. Gonna rest on. I did not mean to double rest. I accidentally double clicked on my mouse. That's so bad. No, I needed to kill Nid there. So then I didn't take the spores, didn't die to the clinch, and then I just knocked back the Yowler. I literally just threw that free win. That is really unfortunate. Sorry guys, that was a throw. That was a hard throw. I had that game in the bag too, because then Yowler would have had to hit Momo one more time, and I would have just been able to farm it with Monko. GG's. Like I don't mind a loss like that because I know I could have won, and I'm not really pushing right now. I'm just trying out teams. I blame the mom's lunch. I would have clicked Plasma Beam if it wasn't for it. And that Yowler didn't seem to have a whole lot of defense invest. Part of me wonders if it was a comebacker Yowler. Spent like 2 or 3 hours on Temtem yesterday and still at 0 with team building. That's unfortunate. I've had a few good ideas. Well, a few ideas. I mean, I tried out New DA. I tried out Grandpa and Owlhe 2 days ago, and now we're trying out new Amphatyr with Sparks. I really like Chromion. Like, it really didn't get changed much this patch, but like PI has potential in other teams, and I think the damage output from it with Sinner Typer is still just absurd. If I can cancel the queue, I'm just gonna take a short, like 1 or 2 minute break. So I'll be back in like a minute or two. So see you guys in just a sec. Yeah, you know, I just realized when I changed all the text on my screen, I never actually changed that message. So I should change that to the new font. I mean, I take a break and 7 people leave. That's so crazy. It's just like, it's 2 minutes. I need a drink, guys. Whatever. I try and provide good content for you guys constantly, but some people have really short attention spans. I mean, potentially they're just stopping into one of the other Temtem streams and they'll pop in like once I find a match, which makes enough sense. Support other streamers that way too. It doesn't matter if I say I'm taking a 1 minute, 2 minute break. It's just like, all good though. I guess I've played like 5 matches now. This is normally when I take a look at the team and see if there's anything I'd improve on it. So far, Gazuma really hasn't been doing much. Subway Surfers in the corner when I have to drink. I have the music playing this time at least. Before I didn't really have that. Yeah, Gazuma's not doing much. Tukai really hasn't been performing well either. Like, so far, the core seems to be really good with Amphatyr, Chromion, and Tortonite. Like, Momo's okay, but because it's not fast and doesn't have priority, it can get outsped by faster threats, and its physical defense is still pretty rough. I could TV spread it better, but I'm not sure that would have saved me any of the games so far. Urkash is alright for, like, type coverage. It actually has been getting banned, and it's kind of nice for Sentinel. Come on, another match. I like having, like, I don't mind rematching the same player a few times, but I also like seeing a variety of teams rather than the same ones over and over again. No Amphatyr this time. Also sucks I'm on orange side, because I can't freely lead Drakash into the Inky. Is there any use for Slingshot at all outside of Sparkling Bullet? I think it's just going to be a niche item for Fizz Inky right now, with Sparkling Bullet like you're saying. If you really want the non-low prio damage on your whatever it's called, on your Shimerian, like a Sharp Leaf user, you could do that. But right now the item needs a buff. It just does, okay? It's not really worth using. I cannot recommend it. I guess I did see it on Sharpleaf Tyrannac. That one was a little interesting. I think Tyrannac benefits more from like anti-control items like bait and energy drink, or even stamina control, or just like stamina items like Sweatband or Fake Beard, or also bait. Or Nut Bar or Tukma Mask. I think Tyrannac just has too many better items to justify using Slingshot right now. You're more or less using Tyrannac as a wall rather than an offensive threat. I'm not bringing Drakash this game. Double water is rough. This team is just faster than mine and outspeeds me, so I don't have great options. We played yesterday. What did I think of the team? I remember your team. It was distinct. I thought it was really interesting, but I don't remember specifics about it. Play too many games every day to remember exact teams. Did you with Water Custodian, Naga, and Two Natures? That's right. I was so frustrated that it was Water Custodian because I played around it being Decidora. That's what it was. Uh, Take a bit of a risk here. Ooh, Shellant swap, that's good. Gario swap, that's even better. Alright, yeah, that was perfect. Oh, literally the perfect. Wow, that still did a lot of damage. Uh, Volphy probably comes in. Yeah. So I don't do anything this turn, unfortunately. But now Tukai is really in a good position to do stuff later. Yeah, Gazuma doesn't do a whole lot here. Just this game in general, I mean. I'm gonna Tornado the Gario so it's in range to die to Soul Shout. The next turn I'm gonna swap in Momo to get holds off. It's the first time you've seen a Plethoric Ukama. It's for V-Spread Acronox. That is true, yes. Yeah, that damage isn't great, but it should still be in Soul Shout range, I'd imagine. Oh, does he just ignore and go for Momo? That's interesting. He does. That's a good play. He had Earthbreaker too for that high damage, but Diabolo value. I'll use Undermine in case. Oh, you know what? He probably just swaps for Adoro here, and I'm still in a bad spot. That sucks. No, he stays in. Good, 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 good. Unfortunately, Gazuma X's. He's ignoring the support, which is like, it let Diabolo pop off, which is good. Oh, he has Synergy Bush! Why is this entire team counter me? That's so bad. Like, there's normal bad and there's whatever just happened. Because like first he gets the double in on the Momo prediction, that was just a good play, and unfortunate he had Earthbreaker, which had enough damage to put my Momo in range to die. Like if he used Soil Steam or Cold Geyser, I'd still have enough health to live a plague, and I could still smack the Volphy. But I don't have that. I don't. Momo doesn't outspeed anything, it's just useless. I try and weaken the Volphy with Bark. That's about all I can do. Does have Soil Steam though. Looks like he was covering for a swap to Tort. It's a slow, bulky Volphy. Looks to be. He doesn't really have any swap-ins to this. He could swap in Ukama since it's not going to be doing anything for him for the rest of the game. He can get Aquatic Whirlwind hold off. And then he can smack me with that. Okay, Oradoro was the other play, yeah. Problem is my Monko has the speed boost, so the Reactive Vial doesn't proc before the Soul Shout does. If it did, I'd be able to kill with another C-Spikes right now. I can't just let the Gario do what it wants either. Like, I guess I could have left it alone. I do live. But I don't know, I wanted Monko to be healthier so I could deal with Volphy. I think I just lost on the turn that Volphy bushed. I think that was just game at that point. Because I can't hit Volphy with Tukai until it's the only thing left on the field because of Team Elusive and Spreader interaction. I wanted to ban the Volphy, but because I had such an issue with Golzy the last time, I thought that I had to ban the Golzy. If I was blue side, things could have been different. Also, he was able to pick double waters because he banned both of my natures. His team's actually really weak to nature in general. Yeah, Synergy Water Cannon, and I'm even leaving the Adora alive. Blueberry Yogurt Pretzels, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. I should have just tornadoed. Definitely should have just tornadoed. Do I have zero bulk on this Tord, or is Adoro just that dumb? Adoro's just that dumb. I have like only 250 HP on the Tort, which isn't really as much as you probably want, but it's still not all that high for a defensive Tem. Plus you gotta think about those stat buffs it got. Needed NATO for the Volphy. No, this turn, what I'm actually doing is I'm going to Refreshing Breeze into a Soul Shout and have to hope it kills. Which it never does, but I can pretend. Because I can't do anything to this Volphy. to hope I outspeed with Munko too, like otherwise it's still just toast. This Volphy ruins my entire plan, especially with Bush. Like the Bush, just synergy Bush was so bad for me. If it was just normal Bush, I wouldn't have had as much of an issue. I could have just barked and it would be -2 special defense right now. Yeah, he's gonna force me to tornado him. If I don't outspeed this Volphy, it doesn't matter anyways. If I can send a Plasma Beam its way and survive the Plague on Tukai, then I can do my plan next turn, which... no. He used it on the Monko anyways. GG. It just doesn't... yeah. I didn't stand a chance. not a chance in the world. GG. I feel like that team's not going to be very consistent, just because of the super bad nature weakness. Having 3 Tems on your team that are completely weak to nature is just so bad. Hello, Mr. Bossy, welcome. Because Volphy, Gario, and Ukama, none of them can touch natures. Not at all. Like, 0. I have 2 natures. I guess he has 2 toxic, so it's not like it's a complete 0 chance. What beats natures loses to Volphy. I think if I hit the Gario when he bushed, you would have lost. Well, yeah. Yeah, because then he would have just brought in Ukama and still been an offensive threat. Like the Earthbreaker into the bush is what ruined me, because I didn't have enough health on Momo to survive anything, and I didn't have the... I wasn't allowed to get any damage out. This team's also really rough. I think I ban the opposing Amphatyr and then lead Amphatyr Munko. Because he's got quad Earth. He's got 4 melee weakness here and no melee resists. This is the kind of teams I'm not a huge fan of. Because this team is not consistent. It will never be consistent. Because he's got so many Earth weaknesses. Or so many melee weaknesses. He didn't even ban my melee. He's kind of forced to pick Garunder here, and then I just double swap for Tortonite and Drakash if I can, and then bring these back in later. I don't know which one I want to ban, though. I should be faster than Zyzer, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. Because Volphy's the biggest pain. Just because I can wall my Tukai. Which is still pretty solid here, actually. Hits everything back here and even hits Nox. He has to ban Tort here. Tort's just too good. Especially into this lead. Like, this guy uses 4 types on his team. He has Earth, Nature, Melee, and Earth, Nature, Toxic, and Electric. Those are the only 4 types he has on this team. There are 12 types in this game, and he uses 4. I don't know if that's like a challenge, like is it like a monotype challenge. I've seen monotype teams though, and to an extent they have success, but it just seems like a team. Maybe he's testing it for the first time. Whistles, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Chromium just ain't gonna do a whole lot here. Even if cash does nothing this game, like I just needed it to swap in on the lead here. Not even putting thought into who swaps where. Probably should have, but oh well. He has nothing to eat a Dust Vortex. So I just throw a Dust Vortex at his Garunder and like an Undermine into the Nox. That way, if it's an offensive Nox like I didn't expect last time, I can chip it down and lower its special attack. For or Piercing Wheel's kind of threat. Depends on how much speed he has. He would have to have at least like 100 speed invest. Without speed, anything relevant. Even then, it's only going to matter for Drakash, really. Madness buff Nox. Yeah, you're right, it is Madness buff. Not what I was expecting. I guess I Sandstorm then, just so I can start dealing damage to it. He does swap in the Zais there, so maybe it's got some speed in Piercing Wheel. Seems kind of weird. Doesn't have speed on the Nox though. Got Pillow. I'm expecting him to swap his Nox now, but I'm still going to Fiery Soul the slot anyways. And I'll throw a knockback at it. So, I don't know why I'm facing so many anti-special teams today. Like, this is the second Trance Nox I've faced when Nox hasn't been common at all up until now. Like, he's got +5 special defense. Like, I don't have a great way to deal with that, no. He doesn't have any speed on the Zais there, or he didn't click Piercing Wheel. Ah, it doesn't quite kill. I clicked Rockfall. That was a good play, I guess. Damage from Momo knocked me, or from knockback killed me. Why no swap into 2Kai on that turn though? Because if he actually did attack with his... I guess I could have just left his Nox alone, is what you're saying? I didn't want to take damage on Nox. It does so much damage now. I could have used Token to avoid it. I didn't know if Aqua Bullet would kill though. Oh, Piercing Wheel. It does have speed. What? Yeah, I guess he just didn't use it the first time. It's so weird. I don't know. I mean, I lose because of the Nox. I just have nothing that can kill it. At this point, I wish I had reset on my Monko so I could just reset into a Tornado and then he just loses. I know it got a Prio upgrade, but base speed Zaizair is like 111. Even with Prio, or for Prio, it reaches like 197. So, and my Monko is 248. So that's like a difference of almost 50 speed. I guess I don't even have anything for the Grunder anymore, so. GG. Yeah, reset would have been huge, but not something I'm running, because you don't often face knocks. It's not a common time. And even when you do see them, they're almost always toxic skin because you get guaranteed value from that trait. Trance, you can get killed through the 30% health threshold and it does nothing. That's why I thought it was weird to sack my cash like that. It's the only way to. Yeah, I don't know. I have a bad habit of kind of giving up on games early. I probably could have forfeited as soon as the Nox got trance procced and swapped out. Because it's +5 special defense when I have a full special team. That team is not consistent, and if I have more than like one melee, or if I just ban the... I guess I just have to respect Nox and just ban it, because I just don't know what it's running, which trait it is. Like, optimally, I'd probably have like a different wind instead of 2Kai, like Tolkien or something. 1 so that it eats more bans, 2 so that it's got a better defensive typing. If I was to try and make spider work, what trait skills would I run? Would I make it bulky or speedy? So I've had the most success with Arachnite in the past by making it kind of similar to Momo, where it's like a bulky neutral attacker. So I had Adaptive with Nut Bar, and then I gave it Thunderstrike, Crystal Spikes, Unseen Blow, and Knockback. So it gets hit, and then it deals an insane amount of damage to its opponent. Shrampy, hello. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, Speedy Spider's a lot harder to make work now. If they gave it Overclock, I think you could make it work, but that was not the buff it got. Cash ban. Interesting. Not wanting to deal with earth or fire. I know it's Water Custodian to Geist, so I don't have to be worried about my prio being skipped or anything. My Chromion's faster than max speed Munko. Won't die to Zalbian. So what kills Chromion Gazuma combo is basically what I have to think about. Nothing really. Kind of just anything that Gazuma would be able to speed up. Even if I just swap out one of these two, that's still a lot of value. Like Gazuma, even at max speed, cannot outspeed Chromion after the +1 for Sparks. So there's not a whole lot of point in leaving it in. Like, this combo is going to be really nice for dealing with all the Digis. He no longer has Microwave Synergy. I guess he has Zalbian still. He took away my Synergy too, though. I think Tukai will be good, and I think Tort Knight's also going to be solid. Neutrals are pretty good against Digis, so I'm probably gonna... I think I'm just gonna pick... no, I'm gonna go Monko just because turn 1 swap in here is gonna be what I want it for. You think Tukai will replace Whiplump as the Wind Water Tem? Nah, Tukai and Whiplump almost fill different roles. And neither one's all that good because of their type charts defensively being so bad. First Aid Kit, Broccolum, Sweatband, Zenith. Right, I'm swapping in Monko here for Cinder Typer bonus. Maybe not. I swap it into Monko's to Chromion slot because Chromion can deal with the Digis. Monko cannot. Gazuma cannot. And this has the prison on the Zenith, so I'm hoping I can get a turbo off now. And make the Monko super fast. And if not, I will be sad. And that's very possible. Like, Zenith probably has a lot of speed and it's got Prio, so... Well, most Zeniths don't invest more speed than enough to outspeed Golzy with Prio. Yeah, I was wrong. But he went for the Gazuma this time, which is very interesting. If he took out the Monko, I would have been in bad shape. He could just be getting rid of Gazuma entirely, though, to remove my electric synergy. Which would also be bad. I could have tried a Tornado and Harmful Microwaves the Zen Earth and kill it, but because my Gazuma's low special attack invest, I don't think it would have killed. Leg on the Monko goes down, so Gazuma is alive. He's alive. I'm gonna just go Chromion here. Broccolum OX is after one more move, so... He has to kill Gazuma here. Please kill, even though I don't think so. Ah, man. Must be calced. Oh, but I outspeed. Oh, right. I'm like, I'm +2 from the turtle. Yeah. There's a Diabolo doing pretty much nothing. No Sparks harmful on the Hedgen. My Gazuma's will outspeed now because it's got the +2 speed from Turbo. And it's a Hedgen, so it just goes down. Resting on the Broccolum because he would have OX, that's unfortunate. I would just invest enough for a 3-turn. Oh, I guess I've got marbles. That's what's a huge pain here. GG's. Knowing that it's a water custodian, the guys changes everything. Yeah, GG. If that was Decidora and I couldn't abuse harmful synergy, things would have just completely changed. Zen without fake beard is hard. I mean, it didn't even live more than 2 turns, but yeah, that would have also been kind of rough. How much stam you have? How about how much stam you don't have? Like, that's the issue. Yeah. I think Digiagre versus Digiagre, you gotta ban Gazuma. Yeah, I think that's probably the play. I was a bit surprised to see the Drakash ban. New Sweatband isn't that bad. I think it's a lot more balanced as an item. It used to be just an insta slot on every team, but now you actually have to find. It's just, it can't just be thrown on anything to get value. I still have it on my Amphatyr, because Amphatyr likes to stay on the field a long time. Probably do 2 more games, and I think I'm gonna call it. Round it off at 10. It's always what I like to hit. Are there cases where you gain more stamina now, or nah? I think it was like if you have 44 or less stamina, which the only things that's gonna be is Tireless, Gorong, and Mashuk. So, I mean, technically it's kind of a buff for Tireless Mashuk, because you can get the Mom's Lunch Wastewater to OX turn 1, and then have Sweatband to save your OX damage a bit more every turn, but that's a really niche case. Can't recommend it. Same thing with Gorong with like Wrenching Massage, Mom's Lunch turn 1. You gotta appreciate how like they actually changed Tyrannac's overworld sprite, so it's a lot smaller. And then Gallios, they're just like, nah, we're gonna have this thing huge. Because this thing could eat like an entire player and still be hungry. Like, like, I'm gone. It's fitting considering kind of like the lore and story behind it, but it's just kind of funny. They just make Tyrannac like a tiny velociraptor size. Actually, let me just go grab a Tyrannac from my PC just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Or not. Oh, Kip, hello. Wind Chromion. And Digicoish. I already got, like, I'm not colorblind, so I have a reasonable time, but I've seen the colorblind test, or like what it would look like, or the colorblind simulation for those types, and it is awful trash. Like, they need to fix that. But I think they're working on it. They have to be. Don't want to deal with the E-Custodian Ragnet when I've got a couple electrics on my team. Looks like neutral Koish. Nah, it's got the stripe down the middle, so you can tell it's Digi. Gazuma ban means I pick Amphatyr because this team's kind of electric weak. I mean, the only electric resist now is Osakai, but Digicoish isn't actually weak to electric either. I'm assuming it's Iridescence. Silly song for silly match. Most of the songs are silly. From good old Banjo-Kazooie. I actually don't have a whole lot to counter this. Pretty much just have Toward Knight. But even Toward Knight's kind of rough. I don't know how fast that Chromion is. I don't even know. Okay. I'm gonna ban the Chromion so that after the Digiquash is dead, Monko can kind of pop off. And I'm also gonna really hope that's not a Doppel 2-2, so I can bring 2K. I don't think Drakash is gonna do much good with the Quaish that I can't really hit in the melees. So we're gonna go Momo. You know, Momo really hasn't done a whole lot though, because it's too squishy to really be a good pivot, and it's too slow to get a lot of damage off. So I could put a whole bunch more speed in it and just kind of accept that I'm gonna die to a couple of strong hits. That also feels bad, so I don't know. Well, animation's always cool though. I don't think Sparks is the play here, because I don't think either of these Tems are surviving very long. So I'm just going to throw a Tesla Prison at the Volerend. And a Crystal Spikes at the Quaish. Not quite 50%. I hope Amphatyr survives so I can get a synergy Bright Beam off, but that might be asking a lot, considering the Faraday Nox Bomb's coming my way. I guess I won't have synergy because I have the Isolate right now either. Yeah, I think that takes me out anyways. Unfortunate. Kinda have to bring in 2Kai. Cause I need some spread damage here. Quaish retreats, saving it for later, knowing that I can't kill it in one more hit. I know that this Tataru wants to click Turbo. Don't have anything really fast that can deal with it if I leave it alone. But Volerend keeps stacking up special defense raises, so it kind of sucks. Oh wait, yeah, it's not first aid kit, good. Could have clicked Sea Dust to save Stam there, that would have been smart actually. Now, what do you mean new sweatband sucks, Kip? You're getting plenty of value out of it from this Volerend. Shook, okay. A harmful and swap to Momo. I'd like Tort to get some Stam back.
And I want the holds off of Momo. There was really no point in bringing it in turn 1 to double edge. It just kind of sucks. An attack from Momo, or even a soul shout from Monko, should be able to finish off the Koish from this health, because they have ways to boost their damage. And Tortonite did close to 50%. Monko is faster, so that's really helpful. Wastewater hurts. But she was just covering the swap. Volaron's gonna run out of stamina real soon here. I might as well just knock back, because even whatever this Volaron has left of its HP, it's still gonna it's not gonna be enough to knock out my Momo from here, and it dies to one attack from anything else anyways. Oh, it just takes out the Vola. Perfect. Nice +3 special defense. Must not be heavily invested, or no, Momo's just that strong. Iridescence on the bark. Osekai's hooking my Momo to death, that's why I'm doing this. And I just can't be confident that even with Shaolin and Sensei Robe, that the Soul Shot will kill the Koish. Because if it didn't, the game would be over. But now I still stand a chance. GG had to hope I swapped Monko out. Nah. Nope. Nope. I did not. You had Cyberclaw up? Oh, I actually forgot the thing had Cyberclaw. Yeah, you definitely would have won. I don't know why a fish has claw move either. First they give fish feet to kick with, and now you give them claws to Cyberclaw with. Yeah, I mean, Digicoish is actually really strong. I mean, you give the thing unconditional prio, like with the best offensive typing in the game. Oh, I was grabbing Tyrannac, that's right. Got one somewhere, there it is. Like this, I guess Tyrannac's not all that. It used to be even bigger, but still, it's not compared to what it used to be. I actually thought it was smaller than that, so I guess my memory's just bad. Oh, I'll do one more game and then I'm probably gonna call it a day. So far, I mean, settling Amphatyr really hasn't done anything. It's kind of just been Center Type or Chromion doing things. Like, it's kind of nice to see Sparks get some value through these games. Some of them. But I think it's more good as a side win. I mean, I'll just save my conclusions till the end, and we'll have like our fourth match against Kivkinski. Can I do anything different to win? If I ban Ukama, he has to ban either Gazuma or Munko. Because those two kind of run through his whole team. I guess he doesn't have to because he's still got Garia. I'll pick Gazuma on lead, so I have the option of going either Chromion or Munko, depending on what he chooses. This might just be one of those matchups where whoever has blue side has the big advantage. And chose Gario in the end. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's so many things I'd like to ban. Munko, yeah. Volfeet's just gonna have to be the choice then. I can pick Toward Knight, which is good against Inky and Golzy and Adoro though. So that helps. Drakash helps against Inky as well. I think Momo's just gonna be the last one. See, my Chromion's too fast now for me to actually hit this Gario turn 1. It's kind of unfortunate. So the best thing I can do is Sparks into a Harmful Micro. I can't even Sparks. I have to Tesla and Harmful Microwaves because Chromion's fast, and you know, it kind of sucks. Yeah, Shellant swap makes sense. I don't think I live 2 of those. No, I don't. Turbo into Momo. I really don't want to eat a Quartz Dirt. I just binary. He didn't swap. I was kind of hoping he would. Oh my goodness, it doesn't kill. I thought it would, for sure. I thought he would have swapped Gario, because I could have killed with Chromion. No, yeah, I wonder if that Inky has some bulk in it. Be very curious. Yeah, that's game there. I'll throw another move or two, but I just can't do anything. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, this team just counters me so hard. He's got so many. He has so many fast options and evasion. Yeah, Drill would actually be awesome against this team. If I had Drill on my Chromion, I don't think he'd stand a chance. But I'm not going to bring Drill just for this singular matchup. That hurts so bad too. Reactive Isle ain't doing a whole lot for Tortonite. Could probably swap its item around. It's just too squishy. It takes a super effective move and it's already too late for it. Marbles, Tort, and Drill Chromion. Yeah, that seems to be the play, doesn't it? GG. If I could have gotten a double kill with Undermine Toxic Gas by somehow outspeeding a Showlant, maybe. Oh, that's a squishy Showlant. No wonder he keeps swapping it out from my Chromion. My Chromion just one-shots it. GG. I really wish I didn't run into him like 4 times today, because he's half of my losses, and I can't have a great conclusion against. Like, so of my 6 losses, 3 of them were Kivkensky, and 2 of them were against Noxolotls with Trance. Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's kind of the punishment. This is kind of what I deserve for running an all-special team. Normally you want to have at least some sort of mix of damage, so you can't just get completely destroyed by special walls like Nox. So I'll share the code, though. Maybe somebody else wants to try and improve on it a bit, or just give it a try themselves. Alright, there we go. That is going to be all for me today, though. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll hopefully be back tomorrow. And Kip redeemed a channel points for picking the gimmick for my next theme team. So it's going to be a aggro Chromion or aggro Koish team. So my plan is to do double win Koish, because what you can do there is you can ice cubes into 1 slot to freeze it, into Hypnosis, into double Zen Meditation, because Zen Meditation is now 2 hold instead of 3 again. And once you get that up, you can just destroy teams. Any team you're outspeed, it's really strong. So I've been meaning to give that a try. So that's what we'll do. But yes, that'll be tomorrow. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.